Hello and welcome to day 14 of the hashtag 2023 December Daily Advent. This is the Tracie Fox collaboration, and I'm absolutely delighted to be taking part. And the kit is amazing. I'm going to leave that there. The kit is amazing. There is like over 50 pages. I haven't printed them all off, but there's loads in it. So we've got loads and loads of birds. You'll see from what's coming up. I like the birds. There's boxes. I'm going to be making these up. I just think these would be lovely little table favours and grand for little gifts. I may even, if you watched the Creep on June, I used the little matchboxes from Creep on June, made a little mini journal. I think I'm going to make a Christmas one to pop in one of these boxes, like I did in Creep on June. There's oodles and oodles of tags, lots and lots of lovely fussy cuts, and a lot that, you know, you're just spoilt for choice. Love these in what you can. Gorgeous. Use these. I just think they're so cute and so funny. They are, I think, my favourite birds. I haven't used them yet. Sort of savouring it. I'm going to be doing some more projects. Envelopes. Who doesn't love an envelope? So yeah, there's loads and loads. So today I am going to be making some Christmas cards, and which could equally be journaling cards, and that's my day 14 tag. So there's a little few surprises in there, so stay tuned and let's get crafting. So when I saw this page and the red one that's like it, I just thought card fronts. That's what I thought. I thought it kind of made me think of it being like pattern paper with a bit of vellum over the top, and I thought that allows me to put a decoration on there. So I matched it up with some cardstock that I had. I got some snowflake dies, and thought I'll cut out some snowflakes. Got these snowflake dies, and I thought dot a few of them around in a blue that kind of matches, and see how we go. So this is what I came up with. These cards here, very ungrungy, just pretty and very, very simple to put together. So I'm going to do them again, but in case you don't have sort of access to cardstock that may blend, I remembered, and I'd forgotten all about them, but Tracie's given some of these lovely backgrounds as freebies. I've printed 2 off. So I'm going to use this as the backgrounds, and I'm going to sort of show you how I put them together. Now, first off, we're just going to quickly cut these out with my great big guillotine. It's quickest way. I've printed this on 200 GSM presentation cardstock. I printed it borderless at 100% because I wanted it to be as big as I possibly could. Now I'm just gonna not be exact because I'm going to trim it up on my little one a little bit easier. Now these bits that I'm cutting off around the side, these strips, that's what I'm going to stamp my sentiment on. I'm now going to come in with my smaller trimmer because I can see a little bit better on that to trim a bit closer, because I don't want to really lose, there we go, anything of the image. It's nearly okay. Nearly, Jez, you nearly did it. There we go. I think it's because that top's not 100% straight. So let's get that top a bit straighter. That might help me. so I'm losing a slight bit, but it's a handmade card that I'm doing. So I haven't been motivated to make my cards at all. I used to make cards all the time, and now I just make journals because that's what I like more. So there, nice little card panel that. Doesn't matter that it's slightly not great. I'll just finish the rest of these off really quickly. There we are. So they're cut out. So now I'm going to cut panel here. So yeah, I just couldn't get motivated to make cards, but when I saw these, I thought, oh, they'll make nice card panels. So oh, there's a bit of white there. So so I made them, and it kind of started me off making me Christmas cards, and then I made loads. So yeah, thanks Tracy for that, helping me make my cards. So I like to cut my panels 1/4 inch bigger than the one below. So I just go 1/4 inch bigger each side, and then that gives you 1/8 inch all the way around. That's what I did. So if I get my bigger now, because it's a bigger piece. So kind of look there, that has come out at about 3.5. So I'd cut it at 3.25 rather. So I'd cut it to 3.5, and that one's oh, that hurt my elbow there. You know when you get your funny bone, just leant my elbow on the edge of the desk. Now this one's a little bit, it's about a tiny bit over 4 3/4. So I'm going to go to a tiny bit over 5. Okay. So going to go to my tiny bit over 5. So that gives me my length. So that will fit there nicely on the length. So now we need to go this to 3.5, and that should fit on there nicely, and it does. So let's just check. They should all be the same size. Should be. Of course, if your printer settings are different, you will have different sizes. So measure and add 1/4 inch or 1/2 centimetre. So I'm just going to trim a tiny little tad off this because it's just a tiny bit. See a tiny wee bit of the white on there. So I don't like that. There. So they're all, yeah. So we'll carry on with that. So I need to cut this one to 3.5. We'll have a little bit over, but that's okay, because I can cut some snowflakes out of that. So that's 2, and then we'll do another one just over the 5. Again, I have another long strip there for snowflakes. It won't do the biggest snowflake, which is why I printed another sheet. And the nice thing about this is they're all varying colour, which I thought would be quite nice. So I have these strips lefty over. So these are simply going to get stuck down together. Now if you want to ink, you can ink, and that would be, oh, did I go something wrong with that one? How did I do that? Okay, answers on a postcard. How did I do that? Don't know, but there, I'm going to get some snowflakes, so that's okay. We'll cut another one down. So there we go. That is my panels. That's better. So I then got a card blank, just a normal size card blank. This in the UK is what we call C6. So that panel just fit nicely on there. If you're working in American card sizes, this will still fit because yours are 5.5 in length, so it will still fit. It'd be slightly wider, but you can make it work. Or you print at a slightly different size. So that's ready like that. So now we need some snowflakes. Now, I'm going to use dies to cut out my snowflakes. You could use elements within the kit. There are lots of things you could put on. There's wee birds, there's flowers, there's all sorts. But because it had a snowflakey background, I wanted snowflakes. I've got 3 different sizes, and so that was my idea, that I'd have them spread out like that. But you could have equally gone for something else in the kit. Let me pull the kit in. I have cut out some birds. You could equally put some of the birds on. They're cute. But that one's got a bit of blue in. Then you're introducing a bit of red. So you could do that, but I wanted snowflakes. These are for another project, which I'm hoping to do as well. So now, if you're frugal, then because that's going to get stuck on like that, what you could do is cut your snowflakes out from the centre of this card, and then you've got your snowflakes, and then that will cover the holes that you cut out. So that's if you're a bit frugal. And I am a bit frugal, and that is the type of thing that I do. So this is magnetic, but this is magnetic as well. So I've got double magnetic, but you know, you don't have to. I just bought this because it fits, and it doesn't warp. That's my main reason for buying this. So I'm going to put these right in the centre, so that I know I've got enough space around the outside, and then stick that on, and we will cut them out. I do recall, I think, because of this mat, I needed a slight shim, so I'm going to put that over. So I'm going to get all of these cut out, 3 for each card front. So I've cut them out. I've just done enough for 2 because I had an idea whilst I was doing this. So that's them on the back there, saving a bit of cardstock. It will never ever be noticed, honest. So now let's get my little glue out. I went away for the weekend, so my glue is still in the pencil case. There it is. I'll have you. So that's where, sticking on things like that, that's where these little fine tip applicators really come into their own. So I'm just going to grab a little bit so we can go around the back. Just put dab glue on the bits that I've got, a big enough bit. That's well and truly bleh. Right, just put a little bit on these bits to hold them down. Yeah, so I've really got to thank Tracie for giving me some stuff to work with that inspired me to make some Christmas cards, because I just really went into it. And then once it started, I was on a roll, and I even created some of my own backgrounds. It was like, yeah. So, and I was away this weekend, stayed at my brother's, saw both my sisters. I was able to give out some Christmas cards, and it was noticed that they were different than normal. So just even a little bit of a gap there, and then I'm popping the other one in. So I'll just put one together to show you, and I know lots of people that junk journal. You know, did do other things like card making and that before they were junk journalers. So you might have dies. I know I always had an abundance of Christmas stuff because I just really enjoy Christmas crafting. So now to stick that on, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put dabs of glue around the bits on this back here where there's these cuts that are weird. There we go, just help with the sticking together. And then we'll just go around the outside of this and then just do arbitrary that. Might do a bit of that. There we go. And because we've made like an even border, you know, it looks dark on my iPad, but it's probably because I've got the brightness turned down on it actually. There we go. So it's easy to sort of line up because you've got that border which is the same all round, and then I just go on the back so we can properly stick it down. There we go, and you'll never notice, that will not be a problem or an issue when it comes to sticking it down. Believe me, I've been making cards for years and been doing this for years. Now if you want to pop it up, you can. If you're hand delivering, then that's fine, but I'm going to pop up the sentiment, and so I know if I pop up that sentiment, I know that UK postage, that's still ordinary letterpost. If I was to pop the background up as well as the sentiment, it'll have to go large letter, and the price of postage is so much that it's worth saving that extra difference between large letter and ordinary. So I always try and get my Christmas cards. It's the time of year where I send lots, and you know, if you're sending like 30 or 40, that all mounts up, that little difference. So just stick that down now onto my card front. I want equal at the sides and equal at the top, and straight is always the preferred jazz. So that's like that, and I'm going to do that in the same way, but I won't do it on camera. And then I've got a little sentiment. Now this is my favourite sentiment. It is a retired Stampin' Up stamp, but I love it. I love it. I bought it when it was retired, and it's the only stamp I've used in the whole set. But you know, there you go. I got it retired, so I didn't pay full price for it. I will use the others, but I haven't currently. So I have so many inks that I've gone for a Stampin' Up Pacific Point, but you could pull something else out to match that. I did actually, this is actually Pacific Point cardstock, which is why that sort of matches. This obviously isn't. So this is me little offcut, but you could do anything you want. I mean, I've got offcuts at this, so I'm going to see if this doesn't look right, then what I might do is just get a plain Merry Christmas sentiment and back it onto the same paper. But I think it will be all right, actually. So all I'm going to do is cut around that with a slight white border, like I've done there. So that's why I like this one. So I just eyeball in to give myself a little white border. Long scissors are really good for this because you can generally judge it quite well. I put a hand underneath the bottom blade to steady it. That one's got a bit woof, squiff. Been on the mulled wine. There we go. So I'm going to take a bit more off the bottom because I got a bit closer at the top there than I did at the bottom, and that side. You could go on forever, but we won't. And then we'll just pop that in there. I've got dimensionals that I use, but I know Tracy uses cardboard, which is great. But as this is white, I would have to find some white cardboard. And, so that is just the right size for here. One there. And of course these could be journaling cards, and if they were going to be a journaling card, you wouldn't have this bit of dimension. You just stick it on flat. But this could be a journaling card in a December daily. You could stick it on a tag front, so it would be a tag. So just because I've made a card doesn't mean to say it has to be a card. So what I did was I just went across that middle there where I've left a gap. I just put it across there. Generally a little bit straighter than that. That's okay. And then to finish it off, I put on a bit of bling. I'm going to pick out those darker blue. I might go for the darker ones. So where's my little picker-upper? Here's my picker-upper. So I just put 3, rule of 3 or odd. That's what you need. So I've got different sizes. So won't go for the biggest one. We'll go for that one, I think. So chuck. I do like a bit of a rhinestone or a pearl in the middle of a snowflake. Just do. And then I might take a wee one and we put that, put it on the end. Oh, put it there. Put it there like you have before, Jess, because you liked it. So that is my card, which I say it could be a journaling card. Right. So I'll put the other one together off camera. Because you've seen me do it once, but I'll do it off camera so you can see it. Then what I decided with the other two is, what if you haven't got any dies? So I looked, there's so many lovely images, so I looked through and found these images which I thought would be nice layered up on here. So that's what I did. So this is much simpler. So again, like I did before, I just cut them down and then I just cut the background so that it was just a little bit bigger. Now I've done this on a separate background. You could cut it out with that. If you've got nice rectangle dies, you can use those. That would be nice. Again, this would be a lovely journaling card as well. So all of these could be tags or journaling cards in your journals. I'm just making them into Christmas cards because I'm thinking I might put that one up there. No, you won't, Jess. You know you won't. You won't like it. There we go. I was going to sort of centre it. Not centre it. I was going to put it towards the top and have the sentiment at the bottom. But I do like a sentiment coming off the side. It's just the way it's just the way my brain goes. It's what I like. Makes it a little bit different, and I just like off-centered sentiments. So this is much quicker, cuts out the die cutting. Not everybody's got a die cutting machine. So just wanted to give you an alternative using the kit. So let me stick this on. Again, I'll do the other one off camera and just show you the end result. How pretty is that? I like it. Got to use this again. I think this colour will go nicely. There we are. So that is how that's shaped up. And so I'll get the others finished off camera, and then we're going to do it with the red ones. Really love those blue colours, but we've got these red backgrounds and we have these beautiful bird images. I like that one with that one. So these need trimming down slightly because they're slightly too big. Picked a robin for that one. Oh, I might do it that way around. Yeah. Because a robin's my day on the advent calendar. I do love a robin, and I have printed off the red backgrounds to go with these, but these need trimming down a bit. They're too big for that, unless one way I could do that would totally obliterate this bit. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to trim this down ever so slightly. So I'm going to show you. You could print them smaller, but I've already printed them, so I think if I did it again I'd print them smaller. So our little gap here is 2.5 inches by 4-ish. So I want to get it down to 2.25, so I'm going to take 1/8 off each side, 1/8 off that side, and 1/8 off that side. That, yeah, that give me a nice width. And then I just need to go a smidge. I'm just going to take it off the bottom, I think. There. So that will fit nicely inside there. That one's okay. That one's okay. This again needs to have a tad off. Just gonna really want to chop his tail off. So can I get away? Didn't want to chop his beak off either. He's about right. We'll just take a little smidge off the bottom and the top. And that's him nicely in there. And then I'm going to cut, possibly cut a border to go around there. Certainly want that one on that one. So what we got there too, so we're going to go 2.25 by 1 under 3.5. Not on there, you're not, Jess. Right, I want to take that end off, so let's do, what did we say? Did we say 2.25? Not convinced I remembered those measurements correctly, because I'm a bit rubbish. with my memory. Oh, no, cooking on gas, Jez. Cooking on the gas. Yep, so that'll be all right. And then we'll cut the ones to go round the outside the same. So I'm going to get that done. And we'll come back to you. Right, so I've been working hard off camera, finishing cards off, and prepping some more that I'm going to show you. So that's that one done. And I just moved that slightly so that the gem could go in the middle of that snowflake. And then I did that one with the bird. I did it in the middle. I don't normally do it in the middle. I did it in the middle because I thought I could put those gems along the bottom like that. Liking that. So that's all the blue ones. So then I started on the red ones and I put it on a craft card background. And then I thought there's some people following this and they're doing December dailies and they want a tag and they've got a box and everything. So I turned one into a tag. I've put number 15 on it. I know it's day 14. I'm going to make you day 14 now. So I backed it. I've used one of the numbers front and back as the tab there. And there's a little pocket here for another place for writing things. You could have put the pocket on the side. I chose to put it on the top. Okay, so there we go. So we're going to do these two. And I've got everything prepped, so we should whistle stop tour through this lot, she says. So I'm going to bring out all the bits for the card. Now I'm toying between doing a black background or craft card background. So I've got them all cut out. So we have, oh, I don't think I inked that one. I don't think I inked these bits. So that's a bit of prepping I still need to do. So I decided to double mat this. I just felt that I just felt it needed a bit more than just red. So I cut a black to go in between. And I do like a bit of double matting. So pulling out all of my sort of card skills, but you know, from my card making. I like to black around that one. I haven't done an extra red because that would have meant I had to have run down. And I've got Merry and Bright there to go on the top, and I'm thinking I might oh, I've got it here, didn't want that one. I might mount it on that, or I might use that with a bit of black around it. We'll come to that point when I need to. I'm just going to ink because I forgot. There we go. So that's that all done. And then I'm going to use my blending brush to just go around this a little bit so it's not quite so white looking. There we go. So we'll just do all the little bits of sticking for layering it up. It's quite easy peasy and lemon squeezy at this point. So lots and lots of layers. Now you can gut these if you want to save on a bit of card. I'm not. This black stuff that I'm matting with is 160 GSM, but that's much stronger. That's 200 and odd. Now I'm just sort of seeing which way up I like that. Not sure that it really matters that much, but yeah, I think that's a little bit more aesthetically pleasing than the other way. And then Stick that on another black. I have done the margins round smaller than I did on the original card, so I've done them 1/8 of an inch smaller so that it's a 1/16 all the way around. So now we've got to decide, do I pop that down on a black background or do I pop it down on a card craft one? I'm going to do it on black. Didn't take much decision making there. That is where I like it. And then to be able to write on it, I will put white card on the inside. I'm not going to do that just now. So now it's Merry and Bright, or I go for Happy Christmas. Let's have a little look, see. Cut this out. Nice little Merry Christmas on there. Or Merry and Bright on a red background. Let's stick it down so we can see. So, Merry and Bright, or Merry Christmas. I'm quite liking that Merry and Bright, actually. I deliberate so much. I've been watching Crafty Ali Creates, and she is doing a video every day, which I have to admire, and she's following on the collaboration. She's not part of the collaboration, I don't think, but she's doing her own bit, doing a journal, and gosh, she makes such amazingly quick decisions. Right, I'm doing a Tracie Fox here, using a bit of packaging instead of the sticky foam pads. Right. Yeah, so she's worth checking out. I'll be interested to see if some days she hasn't followed what the people have done because it doesn't fit in with the journal that she's making. So I'm going to see if she'll make a journaling tag, a journaling card similar to one of these, or a tag, or if she'll do her own thing. There, I think that'll be nice. Nice idea for using up packaging. So that is a different way of making it look. As I say, I'll put some white card in there. So now let's look at the tag. So this is the tag that I made, and so I'm going to make one, show you how I did it, and I've got kind of everything prepped. For this one, I'm actually folding one of these tags in half. For this one, because I'd used a lot of the red cardstock as mats, I only had a bit left, so I sort of just covered the back. But this one, I hadn't done anything else with it, so fold it in half. So I've done this 7 inches by 6. So when we fold it in half, we've got 6 by 3.5. That's the size of my tag. You can do it any size you want. So that's the tag in the middle. So this is what's going to go on top. So that's going to mat on there, and then this will be stuck down on 3 sides, so we've got ourselves a pocket, and this is the topper. So this is much smaller than that, so I've double matted it, so putting a black one round and then on to the green. I say 1/8 of an inch difference in the sizes, so we get like a tiny little sort of 1/16 like that. And then I've done the same as that. I've got a Christmas wish, which I think is quite nice for a sort of a December daily sort of top. And then I'm gonna take 14 because that's the day we are. So I have printed them like that. So cut these off. I went slightly too close on that one. I was going to cut them all out on my Scan and Cut, and some people have done like clear glaze on them. I don't really want that, so I didn't do it. So now, because it's back to back, I kind of have to hold it that way so that I can make sure I know which one I want. So that goes on the back like so. So I can just trim a bit off. I do. Right, so that's me 14 at the top there. Cool, cool, cool. Right, now the other thing you can do is, if you wanted to, you could glue this on two sides, so you've got a great big pocket in there if you wanted to do that as well, which I'm not going to do today, but you could. So I have inked round it on the inside just in case I'm not quite cut right, so I've inked round it so that it's not stark white showing, so it'll blend. I think it's pretty alright, but I don't know. Right, I'm going to give that a squirt, so some of the glue might come out. There we go. So that's that bit. So I'm going to glue all these together, so I'll speed that up a little bit because you don't need to watch me glue in real time. If you watch something and it's too fast, you can slow down. So in the same way you can speed up a video, you can slow it down. Right, so now we're going to do the bit for the inside. So I've already backed the back there. That's going on the top of it. So I took that from another tag in the kit, one of the bigger tags, where I got the, and then I fussy cut out the robin. Thought that would sit on there, and then I thought, oh, I can see it. So I thought if I put a bit of, oh, now I've seen this bit, that bit look better. Oh, I actually think it probably will. Put a bit of that behind it. So a bit of glue stick on here to glue this down. Give it a good spread down. So we want to put a bit more glue stick on there because this is going to be in and out of a pocket. So we want it glued down so it don't get caught. There we go. And then I just rub off the excess glue. And that can go on the top there. So now it's a bit more visible. I'm just going to, because there was no way I was going underneath that bit. Yeah. So I'll stick that down. I know you get robins, not just at Christmas, but they always make me think of Christmas. Because we had a felt robin on our Christmas tree every year. So a number of years ago I bought one myself, so I've always got a robin. Just going to trim that off. And then I've got just a tab punch. I'm actually going to put a bit of this on the inside just in case it doesn't fold quite right. So eyeballing it for the middle, that there. So now you can glue that down right, so that's going to come up a bit, so I'm going to trim bits of that off, so then it will go under there quite nicely. So what I'm doing is imagining that is in there, putting the top of that up to there. So I am going to glue this pocket, bit there coming on. I'm going to glue along there. I'm going to use my art glitter for this, so that I won't be forcing, it won't fall down, that's what I mean, into the pocket. I'm making the pocket just this size. And then we'll do a small little bead, give that a little shake, small little bead up the side of the pocket, so the tag will move freely in and out, in and out, in and out, shake it all about. So I'm going to not pushing it all the way down, but what I want is when it's gluing down, need to go over a bit actually, chairs, you need to go over and you've done art glitter. That's why I don't use it very often. I don't use it very often for two reasons why. It's don't quite rate it so much as other glues, but you really can't move it. Right, so I'm putting that down there so that as I stick it, I've got the thing in it that I want it to go in, so it won't stick flat, if you get what I mean. It sticks so that that can move freely up and down, which I forgot to do on this one, so it's a little bit stiffer, but that's okay. Yeah, so I'm going to take that out now. We're going to glue this together. I'm going to put that back on now because I don't need you anymore. So put that across there. Then we need our tag topper, so use whatever you wish to make your tag shape. So I'm using a punch here, and you can use credit cards, you can randomly cut it off and then use that to give you the size of the other one. So it's green on the back, you can still write on it. You could stick some stained paper, whatever you want on the back. I'm leaving it as it is because I like it. So we'll put our tag down so that does move nicely under there. So that gives me a sort of an eyeball for where that centre is there to put my number. I did think I was going to make all the numbers, use them all as tabs, and then have it hanging up as a Christmas decoration, and sort of have it as a, write a memory on it every day of Advent. So then the following year I'll get it out and do it again, and I can look at what we did the year before as a memory. So glad I got wiggle space. So that's what I've done. I've taken the design for a Christmas card and turned it into a tag. It can equally be a journaling card. So there they all are. Oh, finishing touches. Don't forget the finishing touches, Jez. So they've all got a little bit of a gem. So let's put a gem on these. So I think we want black with that one. Little black dot down there. And we'll do two together. So I've got a triangle, but I've got two at the top and one down the bottom. You're not stuck on. There he is. There we go. So that's that one. This one, I'm going with these, I think. Yep. There we are. That is your tags. So hope that has given you some ideas for using some of the wonderful images in this amazing kit. I'll link down below to the kit. I'll link to where Tracie's advent calendar is, and you'll click on the advent calendar and it takes you to that day's contributor. There's also a hashtag which I'll remember to put in there. If you search that hashtag, it will also be down below, and that will take you to other videos. And there's other people that's joining in that's not part of the collaboration that are also making wonderful things, so it's worth looking up that hashtag. I've got a few more ideas that I will be bringing out using this stuff, but for now that is day 14, and that's my idea. I do love loads of these images, so there's some more things that I want to do with them. I particularly like the birds, you might be able to tell. Okay, bye for now. If you're new, please like and subscribe. I'd love to have some new subscribers, and yeah, and come and join me again for something else. Okay, bye for now.